The gun that was meant to be the jack of all trades and master of none is now getting to the point where it's nearly the master of everything. So much so that we are entering a duality meta. Yes guys, you heard it right here. Duality in my eyes is the best shotgun for PvP this season. Over the past year, there have been several nerfs to pellet shotguns, to Lord of Wolves, and to slug shotguns to the point where a Duality now competes to practically 90 to 95% of its competition. And the best thing about Duality is that it has the versatility of one-hit KOing as both a slug from far away and a hipfire shotgun up close. So today I wanted to talk about the weapon itself, compare its one-hit KO range at the moment to its main competition like a Chaperone, to Lord of Wolves, and a solid pellet shotgun like Fellwinter's, which most people have access to. Finally, I'm going to make some suggestions to what primary and builds I like running with Duality that are both fun and effective in Crucible, both in 6v6 game modes and Trials of Osiris. Timestamps are in the description below. So let's start off with the weapon itself. The Duality is an energy slot shotgun which has two firing modes. When you ADS, it functions as a slug shotgun. When you hip fire, it functions as a pellet shotgun, which can one-hit KO when hip firing on the body. Slug shotguns can't do this as they require a headshot to one-hit KO even up close. Its perk on Black Wings gives a precision damage bonus when you get a pellet final blow, which can extend the range of the slug one-hit KO kill. So like I said before, the Duality is a versatile weapon. It's got the lethality of a slug's range with the insurance policy of the hipfire in case someone does manage to close the distance. In the past, however, a Chaperone or an opening shot slug shotgun would massively outclass the weapon as a slug, and pellets would massively outclass the weapon if you compared it to its one-hit KO body shot potential. So a lot of people said in the past, why would I choose Duality over either of those other weapon choices? This is not the case anymore. The gap between those weapons is tiny, as I'm about to show, and now the versatility actually gives the weapon its edge. So first of all, let's show the Duality one-hit KO range. Its slug one-hit KO range is around the lower end of 10 meters. Its pellet one-hit KO range via hip firing is around the lower end of 6 meters. Let's compare it to a Chaperone. Chaperone has had many nerfs and another one recently which reduced its one-hit KO distance even further. Chaperone's one-hit KO range without the Roadborne perk active was around 10.5 meters. It wasn't one-hit KOing at 11 meters as you can see. And as you guys all know, hitting a body shot with Chaperone never kills in normal scenarios. So in the current meta, Duality's slug potential is 91% of Chaperone's max range. It's never been so close guys, but with a Chaperone, I can't hipfire kill Guardians up close. The gulf between the Chaperone's one-hit KO range and the Duality's has never been closer, and I'm really starting to question whether it's worth losing the one-hit KO potential up close for the 1 meter slug difference. Probably not anymore. When the difference was 3 to 5 meters in previous metas, fine, it was well worth the trade-off and Chaperone was the clear winner. But now, 1 meter? No thanks, I'd rather take the Duality. Let's compare it to Fellwinter's, a pellet shotgun which isn't the best anymore, I agree, but is easily accessible and has a solid roll. ADS, this has a max one-hit KO distance of around 6.5 to 7 meters, and while hip firing, it's more around 6 to 6.5 meters. So again, I'm achieving around 86% of the max potential of a pellet shotgun while hip firing a Duality. But with Duality, I have the option of ADSing and going for those 10 meter kills as well. It's a no-brainer for me here with this comparison. The only shotgun in my eyes which gives the Duality some serious competition in this meta is Lord of Wolves, even after the recent nerf. I did make a video on Lord of Wolves last season where many of the points I still hold true, so check that out if you haven't already guys. Lord of Wolves is comfortably killing Guardians when ADS'd at around 9.5 meters and it doesn't even require a headshot, and when hip fired around 7.5 to 8 meters. That's very comparable to Duality, and you don't require the precision aim of a slug shotgun. I'd argue, however, if you are good at hitting your slug shots reliably, especially on M&K, then Duality will just outclass a Lord of Wolves. So here's a summary. Duality is 91% of a Chaperone's one-hit KO slug range, 86% of a pellet shotgun's ADS range, and 95 to near 100% of a pellet shotgun's hipfire range. Duality is nearly becoming the master of all, and when it gives you so much versatility on so many scenarios, it's a no-brainer for me. I'm choosing Duality over Chaperone and over a pellet shotgun right now. So moving on, I'm going to give some suggestions for primary weapon pairings and then actual builds that pair really well with Duality in the current meta. With all the builds, mods wise, I highly recommend incorporating Quick Charge, shotgun targeting, and shotgun dexterity mods. These are all going to make the ADS speed, swap speed, and ready speed for the gun much snappier, which helps to position your slug shotgun faster. So for hunters, Invis Void 3.0 hunters worked incredibly well with Duality. A lot of people out there are using Omnioculus Invis with Lord of Wolves this season, which is probably in my eyes one of the meta builds. Now Duality works just as well if you replace it for Lord of Wolves in that build. Invis with Graviton Forfeit or even Stompies is going to be great here, so definitely try using Duality with an Invis build playstyle if you haven't already. For the hunter, I used a hand cannon with Duality and it seemed to work especially well. My favorite hand cannon was Fatebringer with explosive payload. I absolutely love explosive payload to counter some of the in-air accuracy changes, as it makes shots in the air much more forgiving. As a result, I can weaken my opponents and ape more effectively with Duality. Other hand cannons like Ostringer or AS Luna are also going to work really well here. For Titans, I absolutely found that the Lawley Splendor constant healing and barricade build to be incredible to pair with Duality. I recently made a video on this build, so if you guys want to dive more in depth in terms of fragments, aspects, stat distribution and playstyle of this build, then check out the video link at the end of this video. Having the barricade as a central part of this build made a shotgun an easy choice to pair with this build, and then Duality was my favourite shotgun out of those tested. I found that pairing the Duality with a pulse rifle, such as something like the Peace of Mind, the Messenger, or the New Purpose, worked really well because you could constantly spam your pulse with the constant regeneration that Lawley Splendor gave. Finally, for Warlocks, a fun build I enjoyed with Duality was a Devour Blink Void 3.0 build with Ophidian aspects. Blink was so fun to help close the distance, and then Ophidian was giving me so much handling, so it gave me so much snappiness when switching between my primary and Duality. So that's it guys, I hope I've given you enough information to convince you why Duality this season is the go-to choice for shotguns. If you found any of today's video useful, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming Destiny content. I'm Mr. Onit, and that's it for today. Peace out.